Hi there. Welcome to my transmission today. I received a text this morning and it was about the energy of the time of the horse galloping into our atmosphere. And on this email or text it said that this is direct energy. No more waffling. No more waffling. So that kind of got me right there. And it went on to say, it's for all the narcissists and the people in our life that have caused us so much pain. It's time to deal with this. It's time to take back our power. And I thought about this for a moment, and I realized that throughout my journey in my life, I've been taking back my power in increments with pieces of understandings that have entered into my atmosphere through my own lessons, understandings, journeys, the synchronicities, the people I meet that bring me all fragments of the whole. I think the Creator is so intelligent. It doesn't inundate us by the truth instantly. The truth is given to us in spoonfuls, right? It's like following the breadcrumbs. And I realized along this time, me understanding this word narcissist, and in my day, many, moons ago, I guess, we didn't use the word narcissist. It kind of categorized people. It clumps people in this basket that there's almost no return from. So we all have some form of that within us. But the people that have directly caused confusion in your life, consistently, confusion in your life, that whatever that they're bringing to you, nothing ever adds up. That's truthfully what has to be looked at. Once in a while, someone that hurts you or betrays you, they're in or out of your life, that's all little pieces of life that comes your way. And if you want to hold on to them and project this wounded, essence of yourself that you've had too many hits in life, then you're missing the point. Because this life is all about the hits we get, how we ponder them, how we look at them, how we understand on a mind and heart level. So there's so many pieces of the puzzle coming at us all the time. Discernment. Discernment is probably your number one way to actually, educate yourself and take a look, is by understanding energy, frequency, and vibration of the people around you. Understanding and trusting your own internal instincts, your little nudges of the gut, your little something isn't right, and you raise your ability to not get locked in the pain, the confusion, and the fact that, there's an attack coming your way. There's an attack every single day. And it's how we handle what's coming our way. Either you step through the obstacle, burst through the obstacle, with mind, body, and soul. Stay on track. Stop being so diverted out there and sort your own life out. And that is the year of the horse coming galloping in, to stay in your lane. And it's not about, punishing anyone. this universe has a way of doing that itself, and it's not in our hands it's in our own hands to acknowledge and have discernment and how far we can go with what's being presented to us. And as far as dealing with all of these people that you want to claim to be so-called narcissists or have been triggers to you or lesson makers, or, we can reach out into so many different areas. The language out there is vast for so many people, but we're all really saying the same things. But the mechanisms of this world is to keep our frequency lower. Right? And when we keep our frequency lower, there's more conflict, there's more manipulation, there's more social stress, there's more finger pointing till a person shuts down. You actually shut down within yourself. And you start becoming very distant from your own soul message and your own soul talk. It's a wounding. It's a hurt. I'm just going to pause for a minute here. So it's your own self. It's your ego, okay? It's your own self of sense of yourself that fears your own self. So it's trying to protect yourself and make up stories all the time about what's going on. We are certainly our worst enemies. We are certainly that. If you want to look on the construct of Maya, of this earth, of this universe, it's a powerful force. And it's an illusion that seems not to be temporary, but permanent. But nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. But the illusion of the Maya is like, this is happening to us, and it's permanent. As you look back in history, or if you study human beings, you will see that there's a flow to everything, and nothing is really permanent. Or you have you want to talk about, mythology, or the keepers of the universe that have attached themselves to us and sucking out our energy and all of this stuff. Yes, that is a ship flying by too, that a lot of people hook onto and say, yes, that's real. I've experienced that. It's just a language to talk about, it's a story that maybe that you can really relate to, but you're going into the science fiction part of life now. The art is to remain human, to understand the mind-soul, the mind-heart connection, and heal that connection with you. Know who's telling you a story. Know who's trying to keep you stuck for their own reasons, for whatever they've adopted as true in their own minds, whatever stories. But the art of this energy of the horse is, yes, being direct, is, yes, being true to yourself, and to stop, grabbing onto false flags everywhere. And I truly understand the allure to what's going on in the internet these days, and how, the people with all of this energy and they are so sure. They are so sure of what's happening in this world, or that they have the answer. I'd stay clear of anyone that thinks they have the answer. But that's another rabbit hole that takes you away from the truth of yourself. We all live on this planet for a dash in time. And the older you get, the closer you are to the other side of that dash, and the more, the importance of taking back your life and stepping away from the illusion. Or all these thought forms that the massives have created and have become very, very powerful, right? You just step away. You step away. Step away from trying to fill yourself with so much information. We're not meant for that. We're overloading our system. And we're taking away our ability to ponder life, to be curious about life. I see the stress on the young people out there. And I too have lived this life and have had to walk away from many people in my life because of the harm that they were no longer causing me, the harm they were causing themselves. They were becoming deeper and deeper in the story of, their purpose of being attached to me. And sometimes you can't keep that in place. You have to move away from it. But it is not a joyful thing. And it is mostly the people that, we're very close to in our lives. And we have such deep anchored attachments to them. And yes, it's time to let go of them. But it is not, most of them, it's sad. It's heart-wrenching. Okay? And it's a pain, and not just a pain, a heaviness that you walk with in your life. But, any king or queen out there that has really surpassed a lot of markers in their life know that, they're not just all happy beings everywhere. They carry a heavy heart, right? And a heavy heart right now is watching so many people being so fooled by this society and not owning their lives, owning their own mind. They're allowed to escape and say that they're transformers, say that they're kitty cats, say this, say that. When did that become the norm? And it is right now. And it's like any uneducated, unpolished, dusty mind wants to, justify its living, right? Justify itself. That's really all I have to say right now. Like, we're being busted left, right, and center, right? And a true guru is not your friend. A true guru has come here to kill the person you are not, the falseness within you, and to become real, and to become human, with all of the flaws, but not the delusion and illusion of it all. Right? And life is really good when you come back to yourself. So we're so far out there right now, you have to turn your vessel around, turn your orbit around, get back hooked onto the mothership, the ship of truth. And they're not always loud, banging pots and pans and saying, look at me, Like the algorithm has a way to take arrogance, far out there. In you have to dig deep for the truth, and for the silent person who silently tells you an experience without all the bells and whistles. Listen up, there's something there. Namaste. Thank you for listening.